Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day and welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you again. Today I'm going to be explaining to you the top 5 financial goals that you need to set yourself in 2021 that will inevitably increase your wealth and improve your financial situation. Make sure you stick around until the end of the video because you just might learn something new today. If you haven't already, smash that like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. It does mean a lot to me. With all that said and done, let's get into it. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor, as I'm sure you know already. Managing your money is something a lot of people struggle with on a day-to-day basis, and as a result get stuck in certain traps which they don't know how to get out of. Every point I am about to cover in this video will apply to anybody watching the video, no matter what age you are. Jumping straight into tip number 1, which is a biggie, and I've not been shy to speak about this on the glbfinance channel before, and that is to start investing. As scary as it initially seems, investing your money into the stock market is a great way to save and make money over a long period of time. Whether you decide to take more risk and invest into growth stocks like Microsoft, Pinterest and Fiverr, or decide to play the safer long-term method of investing into index funds like the S&P 500, investing is no doubt one of the best things that you can do with your hard-earned money. Not only are you saving money for the future, you're also making money through the growth of the stock and the dividend it pays out every quarter. Of course, this is dependent on what stock you buy. Typically, the stock market grows 8% every year after inflation, which I can guarantee is better than the interest rate which your bank is currently offering. Tip number 2 is to prioritize all of your needs, wants and savings. The 50-30-20 rule is always a good ratio to use if you're unsure on where to start. So when your paycheck comes through, 50% of this covers your needs, like food, fuel and rent. 30% covering things you want, like clothes, technology and money for going on nights out. And 20% for your savings, whether that's investing in stocks or saving up for a down payment on your first house. I'll get more into that in a bit. Obviously this is all dependent on your personal financial situation, you don't have to go by those ratios. For example, the rent I'm currently paying is just under 20% of my monthly earnings. This added up with the rest of my needs does not cover 50%, so I can reduce that percentage down to around 40%, leaving more money which I can contribute towards savings and investments. If you struggle with discipline and tend to splash a lot of your money as soon as payday comes, I would highly recommend doing this. It's going to help a lot. Tip number 3 is to cut unnecessary costs like gambling and subscriptions which you don't use. If you honestly took a step back and checked where that extra 10 or 20 pounds is going every month which you don't know about, you'd be very surprised. Companies like Apple and Amazon generate a large proportion of their profits through monthly subscriptions. Amazon Prime may seem convenient and worthwhile for £10 a month, but if you don't use it enough to make up the extra delivery costs, that's £120 out of your pocket every year, which you could have invested into Amazon stock, which has risen 30% over the past year. Another unnecessary cost which is very common among a lot of people is gambling. Even if you're betting a £5 a week on a Premier League game or a Ukrainian's under-12 korfball team, the chances of consecutive profitable betting are very slim. Let's do the maths. £5 betting a week equals £260 a year, which you could have invested into stocks like AMC. Apes together, strong! As addicting as it unfortunately can become, get out of the gambling trap as soon as possible. Next up at tip number 4 is to pay off any existing debt. I know it's easier said than done, but the longer you decide to prolong it, the worse it's gonna get. Personally, I've never had a credit card myself, but I'm aware of the nasty interest rates that some of the providers charge for overdue payments. The best thing you can do is to tackle it head on and pay it off as soon as possible. You may have to sacrifice one of your monthly wants from the 30% mentioned earlier, but once it's done, not only will you save money, you will also be a lot less stressed. This will benefit you both financially and mentally. Money can cause a lot of mental strain, which can cloud a negative perspective on other things in your day-to-day life if not sorted out properly. And finally, at tip number 5, make a down payment on a property a savings goal. The demographic of this tip mainly applies for younger generations under the age of 30, but it can always be reapplied for people over the age of 30 looking to buy a second home, whether that's to live in or to rent out for a source of passive income. Having a solid goal like this helps to maintain high levels of financial discipline and overcome hurdles of temptation you may face in the short term. Starting up a separate savings account for this goal is always a good way of sorting out your money, and also provides a nice visual figure which you can watch grow over time. There are also a variety of government funded schemes which you can apply for to help you save up for your first deposit on a property, like the Lifetime ISA. If you want me to make a video on this topic, which I do find quite important, especially for a lot of people that watch my channel, leave a little comment below. I'm more than happy to start branching down the route of property, as I do think it is very important, especially with the current climate of the housing market.
The housing market is absolutely out of control right now.
Anyway guys, thank you for watching another video on some important financial goals which I think everybody needs to apply to their life in some kind of way. Hopefully I did mention a point which could help at least one person's financial situation that watched this video. I know a lot of things are easier said than done, but if you take small steps every day, you're making progress. If you did enjoy the video and you have made it to this point, please smash that like button if you haven't already, and maybe share the video to someone who could potentially benefit from it. I really appreciate any interaction about the content I make, whether you tell me in person about it or you even watched a video in the first place. Anyway, with all that being said, stay safe and go make some money. I'll see you in the next one.